Thank you. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you for inviting us. So yes, today is a special day because it is World Water Day. The world is facing a lot of crises, and for us, World Water Day is an opportunity to focus on water issues. It also gives 1001 fontaines the occasion to celebrate 15 years of partnership with Diehl Metering. Together, we have been able to provide safe drinking water to thousands of children. So next slide. So what are we doing and why are we doing what we are doing? We think that safe drinking water is one of the main challenges the world has to deal with. 1 out of 3 people lacks access to safe drinking water. Each year, unsafe water kills 2.6 million people, and mostly children. According to the UN, drought could be next pandemic, and there is no vaccine to cure it. And we also know that there will be wars over water. Furthermore, unsafe water is the beginning of a vicious circle. Unsafe water leads to disease. That means no work, no school days, and the vicious cycle of poverty remains. With all these arguments, I hope I have convinced you that we urgently need innovative, cost-effective, and sustainable solutions to bring safe water to the most vulnerable. And also preparing ourselves will preempt future difficulties. So what we do? 1001 fontaines is a unique NGO model which reconciles philanthropy and entrepreneurship. Basically, we create social micro-enterprise and we call them water kiosks, which produce safe drinking water. We recruit and train local entrepreneurs, mostly farmers, whose level of education is very basic. Then we coach them to ensure the sustainability of the solution. And right now, we have more than 280 water kiosks in 4 countries. Each water kiosk sells water at a very low cost. It's less than 2 cents per liter. And this guarantees lifetime access to safe drinking water for the whole village. A water kiosk, which is economic sustainability from day one. How do we achieve that? We deliver each water kiosk with 200 customers. One reason for our success is that our team goes door to door to convince local population that they should drink safe water to have a healthy life. And the survival rate of our water kiosk is 84%. We have also a 100% philanthropic project, which is one of Diehl Metering is supporting, which called the Water in School program. Because 50% of schools in developing countries do not have access to safe water, and it kills a child every 90 seconds. So we provide free water, free safe water to primary school. We know that safe water reduces disease, brings better hydration, prevents stomach aches, and strengthens the capabilities of children. For us, safe water is an opportunity for better education and a brighter future for children. And we have even proven that thanks to this program, there is a decrease in school absenteeism by up to 75%. So I'm happy to share with you a short video so you can see what we are doing. working? So as you can see from, so it's the slide before. No, before. The other before. Okay. So as you can see from the map, when our partnership began, 1001fontaines has 3,500 people benefiting from our project. And now we have almost 900,000 people benefiting from our project. So we have a large scale, a large social impact, as you can see, and you have helped us to grow. We are now operating in 4 countries. In each country, we have one social business in charge of deploying the approach, capacity building of local teams to ensure sustainability of the organization, an operating model to fit to the local context. In Cambodia, where we started our first water kiosk, we have reached 25% of village is in poor area, and we target 100% in 2025. In Madagascar, one of the poorest countries in the world, our goal is to achieve our solution, then we can go nearly everywhere in the world. In Myanmar, we have set up kiosks in dry areas to test our model, but we have to deal with COVID-19 and the coup d'etat. So right now, our 2 pilot water kiosks have maintained their activities with remote support from the project staff. And we even managed to open a third water kiosk in December 2021. So we demonstrated that the empowerment of communities is a strong factor of success and resilience of our project. And in Vietnam, we have a large factory which represents more than 3 times the capacity of a water kiosk. And we want to prove that it's possible for a project to be 100% self-sufficient. So now we want to create systematic change in at least 5 countries and reach 10 million beneficiaries by 2030. Our bold ambition is when entering a country, we do not want to implement just another access project, another water access project. Our end game is really to ensure lifelong change and empower local communities. And if we look at the figure now and help me summarize, for the last 15 years, Diehl has given more than 30,000 euros, and this has led to safe drinking water for 34 schools. So you have been game changer for 15,000 children. So thank you very much to all of you. And I will be very pleased to answer your question. And this is a way to say thank you in Khmer, but my English is not very good, so you can't imagine what is my Khmer, so I will just let it in text. So maybe you have question?
Yes, we have one. What are the impact of your action in country where have you your action?
So our water kiosk have a holistic impact that helps the development of entire villages. Each time a water kiosk is built, 3 jobs are created, 1 entrepreneur and 2 operators, and who help him in his daily activities. This supports the professional integration of populations who usually don't have more than primary level of diploma. And by producing and delivering safe drinking water, the entrepreneur also helps improve the health of the entire community. And this has a butterfly effect because children are more focused at school since they have less disease. Adults have more time to work and not to watch after children who can't go to school. Women don't have to fetch water like they used to do. And there is also a positive environmental impact. For example, instead of unsafe boiling water with charcoal, we help to reduce CO2 emission, and we are also responsible in the use of water. We only produce water we sell, so there is no water waste. And we made a study with Coris and France Générosité last year, which shows that the economic value generated by a water kiosk every year is 250,000 euros. So this demonstrates the significant impact of our activities on local communities development, taking into account the additional income for entrepreneurs and operators, and avoiding expensive for households as regards health expenses or as regards charcoal expenses.
We have another question. So a question about how do you ensure the technical maintenance and monitoring of the water kiosk if you find the filters locally?
This is a very good question because I think this is the point for every NGO. It is the way we can review and control our activities. Each month, we have an advisor who goes from water kiosk to water kiosk, and he controls water quality, he controls sales, he controls the building and the facilities of the building, and it helps the entrepreneurs to in his daily job. And we have a tool which is called ComCare, which have been developed by Google because we won a prize in 2015. So we can know in every water kiosk, even it's 8-10 hours from Phnom Penh, we can know exactly what the figure are. And this is really a key point of success.
I've seen Pascal Bilodel has raised his hand, but I'm not sure he's still with us. So we have another question. It's great increase in your support over years. I was not at start, and maybe you mentioned it already. I have a question. How big needs you believe it is? What is next steps?
It's a very good question also.
Sorry.
Our next steps is to choose, and there will be a point with your other question, to choose 2 other countries to settle, because we wanted to increase our beneficiaries from 1 million to 10 million by 2030. So we study countries with no water access, no safe drinking water access. We need a little water. Nevertheless, we want countries where local communities can act, where we can have a powerful impact on communities. So yes, the point is to settle in 2 other countries in the next 2 years. We were supposed to do it in Myanmar, but with le coup d'etat, we had to frozen our program there.
And there's a question on this point, especially because one person is asking why choose ASEAN countries first, and it is planned to develop your activities in African countries. For example.
We first settled in Asia because one of our founders is Cambodian. So it's the main reason why we choose Cambodia. And then 3 years later, we decided to go in Madagascar, because we thought that if we can make the proof of concept of a sustainable solution to provide safe drinking water lifetime long, we could do it everywhere. And then it managed to be quite difficult in Madagascar because of a lot of cyclone, and the poverty is very high. So we want to make as much beneficiaries as possible, but we also want to be self-sufficient. And it's the reason why we decided to focus on Asia, because there is still a lot of need. And also for us, it's easier because we can have the same brand in Vietnam and in Cambodia, for example. It's less easier to adapt our model. For the jug, for example, we have the same jug in Vietnam and in Cambodia, so it's less difficult. There is less. It's easier to try a new country, and we want to be self-sufficient as quick as possible. And for example, so it took us 15 years to reach break-even in Cambodia, and in Myanmar, we wanted to reach break-even in 10 years. So it's always the point of so what we choose, because between number of beneficiaries and sustainability, and we want both. But we have some study in some country in Africa. But yes, Asia is somehow easier to operate.
We have another question about the plastic tank.
Yeah.
Actually, is it refilled or recycling or destroyed?
We use a recycling bottle, recycling jug, and we refill them. So we wash them and we refill it. So basically, one jug can be used for 1 year. So this is in Asia, but in Madagascar, the price for the jug was too high, so we have to use oil jug. So we are absolutely plastic free in Madagascar. But this has been a real challenge because the water at the beginning was a little tasty, so people didn't trust our water. So yeah, we know it's a huge issue for us, and yeah, it's not possible to do without plastic. So we try to reduce it. We know that using our jug helps to decrease consumption of plastic by 120%. So it's better than a plastic bottle, but the wood are very bad. And it's very heavy because it's 20 kilos. Each jug is 20 kilos, so it's not possible to do it with something else. And we want to put the water in the household. For us, it's very important because we want to avoid women to go and look for water. So we want the water at the home of the beneficiaries. It's part of the systemic change of the model.
So there's another question, maybe it will be the last one. How do you train the local people to maintain the fountains? I mean, this is the water tank.
Yeah, we designed an academy for entrepreneurs, and Accenture helped us a lot to do so. So it takes 1 month, and the coaching is on the marketing, sales, administrative, and water quality. And so they have diploma after 1 month. They have also they can go to other water kiosks. And after each year, we also have like a competition for the best entrepreneurs and the entrepreneur who will have been innovative as regard awareness for the local population. We try to develop a mindset of entrepreneurship.
So do we have another question, or maybe we can finish? We are on time. No question more. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.